Capricorn and White Crane people, I've pulled your cards, and this is a reading about goal setting. And we have some really interesting cards, and I like the way it's going for you. So let's dive straight in. Interior, focusing on a disappointment with the Five of Cups. So there is something that's happened that you don't feel very happy about, and it's still resonating with you, and you can't help but look back rather than turn around and look at what's still working. How this makes you act in the outside world, you are acknowledging there's been a kind of death and a rebirth process. The new dawn is coming, there's a new king coming, and it makes you feel a bit emotional. Something has gone. We've got the minor to the death coming up in your environment as well. So definitely there's an emotional new beginning, and that's normal when new things start. At the basis of the reading, we've got the Eight of Wands. So this is a card of communication, messages, could be social media, could be writing. It's also a very aligned goal setting card. That's what I'm seeing this for you, is it's about getting all of these lined up in the right way so that you can go towards your goals in a very focused fashion. And in the recent past, we have the Two of Swords. So a feeling of the minor to the High Priestess, feeling confused, needing to consider two different ways forward, crossing these swords over your heart, but they're getting heavy. They need to be put down. You need to pick one of them. The moon is still in the sky. You're not quite in charge of your intuition, but it's a stage card. And I heard somebody on Minnow Pond Tarot the other day talking about the guy on that, I don't forget his name, I don't think I know it, saying, in fact, we always think we've got two options, but actually probably the reality is this little island in the background on one of these islands, that there's usually, things usually pan out in a different way than we expect. Maybe, in fact, there's going to be a third way that you haven't considered, which I like. I think that's an interesting interpretation of that card. One potential outcome is steadily, with a pause, steadily restarting again. A pause for clarification and to allow all of this new information to come through, and then steadily starting this new phase. But we've got you with lots of crazily intuitive, creative energy. So in the near future, the Queen of Wands, your intuition starts again, your libido gets going again, there's a new creative project, you're going by your own type of, the light of your own sunflower, as it were. Your intuitive cat, you don't really follow others. This queen is very unique, creative, sexy. I love her energy. And paired with her, in your attitude, we have the Knight of Wands as well. So that really makes this interior energy that's coming out of this death very creative, very libidinous, excited, creative, self-serving. And that's good. I love it. It's really lovely energy, especially if we're talking about creative projects and goal setting. You've got a lot of energy for this. In your environment, the minor to the death card. Yeah, there's been a death. So you've sort of let go of something. It's quite a good card, this. It looks dreadful, but actually the dawn's coming up, just like in the death card. And there's no struggle. We're not trying to sort of flog a dead horse. We're not trying to make something work that doesn't work. We're allowing the new thing through. And in your hopes and fears, you want to be able to celebrate again. You want to be able to celebrate achieving your aims. And I can't help but see those autumn fruits, if that means anything to anyone. And it's a community that we want to celebrate with. And then the second three, which is in your outcome, which is you alighting with those wonderful creative wands on what you want to go for. So after this steady pause and this death of some creative project or some part of your life, you're now setting your sights with all that creative energy. And we keep falling on the floor. What do the Enchanted Forest cards want us to look at? Keeps coming out, this character. It's really interesting. It's about being honest with yourself. So he's in the wood and he can't get past this mirror, and he has to look honestly at himself and not be And it's interesting because we've got the Two of Swords, and not be kidding himself about something on with himself, which I find interesting. Is there something you need to be really honest about in this process of what's just gone by? Will that help you with this new venture? And with the Shining Tribe cards, oh, lovely, the Ten of Stones. This is the Ten of Pentacles. This is getting everything you want. So, well done. If you can be honest and take a pause and reconsider your position, we're headed to the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Stones. Here it is. I'm going to just read the wealth, great spiritual wealth, both spiritual and material, going to the source of a good experience, finding great value in what life has given you, property, sharing your wealth, success with others, security. Wonderful. You're on the right track. The stones on the card signify what a person has made of their life. Some of the images are natural, some painted, no separation between them. Rivers of colour move across the sky, and to the left of the stones we see the tracks of light symbolising the possibilities of a person's life. They are all the same colours. On the right, these potentials have changed to the physical reality of 10 lines of various coloured stones. Pebbles. This is a card of great success. Okay, I want one more from the Enchanted, where is it? The Enchanted Forest deck. What is it that we're needing to look at? What does Capricorn and the White Crane people need to look at? Their magic. How you create magic. The Magician. The Enchanter in this pack. So, magic, wisdom, force of will and intention, ability to influence and help, power at your command. The Enchanter observes everything that happens in the forest. So, okay, let's see. And then he influences it, manipulates, meddles, and brings elements together to create situations he deems beneficial. He sets things in motion. He can converse with every bird, beast, gnome, ogre, sylph, and elf. The Enchanter takes a special interest in humans passing through the forest, whatever their purpose. You may ask him for magical help if you get in trouble. Be aware, though, he may not choose to give the kind of help you hoped for or expected. He's been known to stir things up for those who want to take the safest route. The Enchanter is far-seeing when it comes to adventures that happen in the forest, and what seems inexplicable and troublesome to you may be part of a larger design that only he can see. Still, you can always learn from him, especially when it comes to using your own powers to their fullest. So that is what the cards are saying. It wants you to look at where things have gone wrong, where things haven't been exactly what you wanted. Really look hard at how that might have, in the long run, helped you, because it's rerouting you to something kind of wonderful. I'm getting something in my ear. Let's do one last little Rider-Waite tarot for confirmation or clarification. Yeah, the Magician. Yes, that's it. This particular Magician in the Enchanted Forest card, he's a bit mischievous. And if you haven't got the route exactly as you thought it should be, it's okay. Have a close look at yourself. He's probably taken you on exactly the route you needed to be. And when we look in the Two of Challenges, so yes, those stalemates, the inability to compromise and a pause for contemplation, that's what this one was talking about. You've got that in one of your outcomes. You need to contemplate. Don't push through with all of that. That's exactly what this stop is about. Don't push through. We can see you've got Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, and you want to push, and you want to get this message out, and you want to get your goals aligned, but you must stop and contemplate what this rerouting is about. That will give you your best chance of getting to the Magician and the Ten of Pentacles. So you may have gotten into a situation from which there's no obvious positive movement forward. This card signifies a pause for clarification, not about the situation, but about your place in it. You can't go any further on this path until you take a long look at yourself. Stop being in denial about your own faults and failings. Stop distracting yourself to avoid facing the truth. You will make better progress when you're clearer about your true intentions. I love that message. This is great. Good things coming. See you again.